To understand the geosphere, I like to start with these geological series sheets. There's two different ones here of Sydney. This is our 1 to 500,000 and this is our 1 to 100,000. So first, just having a look at the smaller scale map, you can see here is Sydney. And then we have all these colours, and these colours are representing the geological units that are outcropping at the surface. And generally speaking, if we're looking at sedimentary rocks, the ones that are further towards the top are the younger rocks, and as you go further down through the sequence, they get older. You can see that in the Sydney area here, a lot of this area, so we're around Hornsby, is this light green colour. If we go across here to the larger scale map, everything is appearing larger. You can see here's Botany Bay up to Sydney, and then up towards Hornsby. Again, we've got that light green colour. If we have a look across here to see what it corresponds with, it is RH, medium to coarse grain quartz sand, and that is the Hawkesbury Sandstone. We see that when we look around us, and here is a piece here. So coarse grain, or coarse to fine grain, there's a bit of a mixture of grains in there, mostly quartz grains, and that weathers to a very sandy soil. And because this is geography, we are also looking at a topographic map. And I like using this one of Hornsby, the 1 to 25,000, because it not only shows where we are in our environment. You can see here's Hornsby Heights, Barara Creek, and down to Crosslands where we are. But if we look zooming out here, you can see that urban catchment, okay, all of this housing area and the semi-rural and the river running down the middle, that is all part of that catchment. All that runoff, which is coming from that land, is ending up in the river down at Barara Creek. I'm going to do a pH test on my Hawkesbury Sandstone sample using some universal indicator. Just going to put a couple of drops directly onto the rock, let it soak in, and then to really see that colour, I'm going to add the barium sulfate powder and then just give it a minute to soak in, and then we'll compare it to our colour change chart. We can see that it's very light in colour, and I would say it would be between pH 5 and 6, which means that it is slightly acidic. So as well as being well draining because of the large grain size, it's also slightly acidic. So the geosphere influences the biosphere, because when you're thinking about the soil type in this area being slightly acidic, well draining, it's also low in nutrients. All of the trees and plants that live in this area are adapted to those conditions, and that is how they survive best. So having a look at all of these gum trees behind me and looking down that slope, this is the ecosystem that those kind of soils support.